Hey guys, what's going on? This is Roth. I'm here at New York Comic Con with the very coolly named Ophelia Lovibond and John Polson to talk a little elementary. We're excited about this season. You, Kitty Winter, your character's name is Kitty Winter, which we were saying earlier, my colleague Eric Goldman and I, that is like the coolest actress to character name match. Seems to be throwing a bit of a wrench into the relationship between Holmes and Watson. Can we trust you?
Well, you have to find out. She definitely shakes up the dynamic quite a lot and makes their interactions a little more strained. But you find out why.
We can see from the trailer that there's at least one physical fight between your character and Watson. Can you talk about shooting that a little bit? And is the rivalry professional?
We shot that. That was my second day of filming.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of Soho, so it was thrown in at the deep end.
Fight Lucy Liu in the middle of Soho.
Yeah, it was
with a lot of people watching, a lot of paparazzi. It was kind of a scene.
Yeah, there were loads of people, and I mean, it's such a touristy area as well that there were real audiences throughout that, and people obviously running to her aid. So we shot that, and it's the rivalry. She's just, I suppose, Kitty is. Maybe a little bit jealous, possibly, of their close relationship of Sherlock and Holmes, and it wasn't like that in London. She was like his number two, and now she's not, so she doesn't like that.
Okay, you've brought this character in from the source. How closely linked will this storyline be, or have you guys taken some liberties, or?
Well, we've definitely taken some liberties. I mean, this is obviously a contemporary update of the original stories,
well, sure.
But the character was really inspired by one of the original short stories called The Adventure of the Illustrious Client. And she's a really interesting, not a huge character, but very interesting, very active character that Rob Doherty, the series creator, reread over the break and decided that she may be a really interesting addition and a new protege for Sherlock Holmes. We knew at the end of season 2 that Sherlock would return with another partner, and so Rob was kind of searching around with his team of writers about the right way to handle that, and the more we and they talked internally about that, the more right this character seemed.
So will this arc sort of mirror what Moriarty was in season 1 and Mycroft in season 2 in terms of like the Kitty arc will be the overarching, and then we'll have kind of nice little episodic stories as well?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, we try not to mirror anything we've done. And we're obviously very proud of the work we've done in the first and second season, but I think it's important now to move on. We've got a great actress in Ophelia who everybody was so excited about when we convinced her to come and spend a few months with us in New York. So we're really just, reinventing the wheel, so to speak. And also the idea that, as I said at the end of season 2, when there's a rift between Sherlock and Watson, for him to return with this new sort of partner, if you will, I think adds a really interesting, sort of wrench for that, I think, very complex and very delicate relationship. So we're really, starting fresh with this character.
What's it been like for you to come on board? There are a couple of seasons in. There's obviously a rapport. Do you feel almost like Kitty, a fish out of water and infiltrating?
This isn't very dramatic, but not remotely. It's been very, very smooth sailing. And I did think that, it's a very well-oiled machine. They're going to all know each other. It's going to be very tight-knit. I won't expect to make fast friends. Like, it's just because that's the nature of something like this. You're so intimate so quickly on a TV show, and after 2 years of doing it, that could have been the case, but it wasn't remotely. That was something I kept saying to my family and friends back home. Was like, it's just been so easy to slot right in with everything.
Fans are always wondering, might we see the return of Moriarty? Might we see the return of Mycroft? Can you tease anything about that?
Well, I will say, we've had some great experiences with Mycroft, with Moriarty, with Harlan Empel. We would love to bring, we're sort of exploring ways to bring any and all of those characters back, and also delve into some new characters for the show. So I know that doesn't say much, but I will say that we're really incredibly excited, like Natalie Dormer, for example. We had such a great time working with her, so we're always looking for a new way to bring her back into the fold for season 3 and beyond. And same with Reeves, who played Mycroft, and all the others. So nothing specific, but we're looking.
Okay. Do you think that a redemption would ever be possible? Because it seemed like there was teasing the possibility, like, hey, maybe Moriarty, though still murderous, has a good side to her.
Well, I think what's great about the show, and I really mean this, anything's possible. I mean, who knew what was, what happened at the end of season 1 would have happened? I think what happened at the end of season 2 with NYCC and all the rest of it. So I will say anything's possible, but Rob and his team are figuring it out and like I said, exploring all sorts of options for an exciting season 3.
I have to ask you really quickly, because we're such big fans here. You had a big summer being killed by an infinity gem in Guardians of the Galaxy. Were you surprised by the success of that film, of Guardians of the Galaxy? And do you have kind of a pivotal memory from working with Benicio del Toro or James Gunn on that role?
I mean, I wasn't surprised, just because Marvel has got such a good following, and also the environment and the atmosphere on set was so positive and fun. James Gunn, I mean, they were shooting that for months and months and months, big, huge budgets, loads of pressure, and at no point did he lose that sense of fun and infuse the whole film with it. So it didn't surprise me that it did well, because it just felt like that attitude trickled down. But in terms of a memorable scene, it was that scene. It was because there was kind of exploding glass and there was a wind machine, and you've got these eye contacts in that it's just. It was just this awesome kind of production, and then the whole thing was blown up when we all stood outside, and the windows on the soundstage were rattling because of the explosives inside the building. So that was quite memorable.
You guys may not recognize Ophelia without but she played Karina, who was the collector's slave, kind of.
Yes, his reluctant servant. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're so looking forward to seeing your work on Elementary. We're so looking forward to seeing the show come back October 30th. That's
Correct.
when fans can tune in and check it out. Thank you for coming by. For all things Elementary and New York Comic Con, keep it locked right here to IGN.